Hello and welcome back to Vintage Story, the block-based wilderness survival sandbox game. Today we're going to be doing clay forming, exploration, looking for copper, firing some pit kilns, and surviving. Let's get into this episode. Alright, let's get right into where we left off. Because the sooner we can get this clay, the sooner we can do some clay forming, the sooner we can get that fired. And the sooner we can get that fired, the sooner we'll have clay stuff. That's enough for now. I hope the intro was a bit shorter. I haven't cut that together yet. But I'm hoping it'll be a bit shorter than like 2.5 minutes. Sorry about that. First episode intro was like, yeah, 2.5 minutes or something. Yeah, this is clay forming. You crouch right-click on the ground to place this blob of clay here. And then you open up your little tool menu, and you can hold down Alt to free up your cursor. At least I have it bound to Alt. Again, if you're new and you haven't really gone through or changed up any of your keybinds, definitely have the tooltips on, because that will save you a lot of time futzing around and trying to figure out what things go where. So first up, we're just going to make a crock. We're going to make a bowl. And after the bowl, we're going to make a cooking pot. We're also going to be making some storage vessels so that we have some more storage. Because the storage vessels, the clay storage vessels, hold more items than the reed chests we have. Plus, they store food better. So the spoil time, food spoils slower in the clay storage vessels. What can I get rid of? I can put this down on the ground. What are you doing? Nothing. Okay. That's good enough. And we should make one more thing. Let's make a crucible. Yeah, so you're going to want to make the cooking pot so you can make food, the bowl so you can eat the food, and the crock so you can take the food with you. What you'll also need is that storage vessel. Now, we are going to get probably 1, 2, 3, 4 of these firing today. Since we have the clay for it, we could use it. You just crouch to place that. Crouch shift will place like a stack of something if you've got like a bunch of firewood. That's cleared up our inventory a bit. Now, the next thing we're going to want to make is a hammer mold for metalworking. Because like I said in the first episode, in order to process metal, you have to mine it, and that drops chunks, and then you have to process the chunks into nuggets using a hammer. So a hammer is going to be one of the first metal tools you make. You'll also obviously want to make a pickaxe so that you can actually mine the blocks, because right now we do not have the ability to mine stone at all. So if you fall down one of those, I don't forget what the like tunnel structure is called, but one of those deep pit caves. I think they're technically like lava tubes or something. Clay pickaxe mold. You're just stuck down there if you don't have blocks, and will starve to death. And, well, and or get killed by some monster. And in order to get your stuff back, you have to mine like, you have to get like a stack of dirt so that you can drop down safely and then pillar your way out. So, with the pickaxe, we will actually have the ability to do some spelunking, and there will be a point to spelunking. There we go. So these things and the crucible we need for metalworking. The bowl, the crock, and the cooking pot we need for eating. And the storage vessel we need for survival, so that we can store our food and so that it doesn't go bad as fast. Because in this game, there are few ways to slow down how fast your food goes bad. One of the ways you can do that is to store your food in a more sealed container, like a ceramic pot like this one we're making, the ceramic storage pot. The other way is to bury your food, and that creates you a little mini... Sorry, I'm recording this in the morning, so I'm a bit tired. Of course, granted, it's like 10:30 in the morning, and I've been up for quite a few hours, but I am still sleepy because I've not had enough coffee to drink today. But yeah, so you can bury your food, which creates a cellar. You can make full rooms and then just block them off with dirt, and that will give the food the cellar effect, which just makes the food last longer. You can build actual cellars once you unlock planks and get doors that actually seal, because right now we only have access to the crude door, which breaks a lot. It doesn't actually seal a room, so if it's cold outside or hot outside, the door won't actually seal you away from the elements. It'll just keep monsters out. Now, in order to fire these... Oh, and the cellar and the storage containers, those effects stack. So, you could just place a reed chest in a hole and cover it with dirt, and that would keep your food a little bit longer. You could just throw a storage vessel on the ground and throw your food in there, and that would keep it a little bit longer. Or, you could throw the ceramic storage vessel in the ground and cover it with dirt, and that will keep it a lot longer. So that is the idea. We need 40, I think it's 10 grass per 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. So we just need 2 more grass. Now I'm also going to just clear away all of these shrubs and these little bits of grass, because this is going to be an open flame once it's firing, and while campfires don't set the surrounding blocks on fire, open pit kilns absolutely will. Campfires and torches don't. Most things don't. But these kind of open pit kilns will absolutely set the grass on fire, and that will burn your house down. So it only needs like a 2-block radius around it. But to be safe, you can go a little bit more if you would like, or if you have the time. I'm doing this a little more because I might do more pit kilns over there. And I'm going to give it a little extra space just for that safety margin. There we go. These are trash. Alright, so now what we need to do is cover this with sticks. I'm just going to make sure I don't need more grass. I'm pretty sure you only need... Yeah. So now we cover these with sticks, so we're going to need like 8, 16, 32, or 48 sticks, I believe. So, let's go get them. We're also going to need logs, so... Actually, no, I'm just going to use that coal. You can chop down trees to get sticks, obviously. Currant bush. You get fewer sticks from chopping down the trees than you do if you just manually break the leaves. So I'm going to manually break most of these leaves, as many as I can reach at least, to try and get those sticks. Although, it doesn't look like most of these are branchy leaves. Yeah. Okay. Well, the drop rate for sticks on non-branchy leaves is real low, if they drop at all. So I'm just going to chop this one straight down. Sadly, you can't craft sticks. It'd be awesome if you could, like, craft planks or craft wooden logs into sticks with an axe, but you cannot. Usually it's not great to... Well, it's debated whether or not you should bother using tools to break sticks until you get metalworking and can make shears, which are tools specifically made to break sticks. But in the Stone Age, like, if I had a copper axe, I would not waste the durability on leaves. But we're in the Stone Age, and this is just going to save us time from breaking them by hand. So, branchy leaves, nice. Let me get these sticks, and then we'll get those pit kilns fired. Then we can go on and explore. It's funny, I had a slow work week last week, which is why I recorded that and posted that Vintage Story episode. And that's because right now my job is, a lot of it is outdoors. And the US, and specifically the South and the East Coast, just got hit with a massive snowstorm. So all the jobs from last week were canceled, pretty much. I only really worked on Friday, and was expecting it to be about the same this week, but they scheduled me in for every day this week, which is nice because money, and I actually do enjoy my work. But some of those jobs, they were expecting the snow to be a lot more melted than it has been, because not only has it been, 5, 6 inches, 8 inches, 12 inches of snow, depending on what part of the state you're in, with an inch of ice on top of it, again, depending on what part of the state you're in. But on top of all that snow, it has not gotten above freezing during the day at all in the past week and a half. It's not been above... It wasn't above freezing the week that we got the snowstorm, and it's not gotten above, like, 32 degrees since the snowstorm hit. Except for today, which, was one of the first day of the canceled jobs. I'm not sure if my other jobs this week will also get canceled, but we'll see. If they do, maybe I can record some more Fallout Minecraft stuff. Try and get the ball rolling on that again. I know I promised to upload one of those Fallout Minecraft videos every week, but I had just started a new job, and when I promised to upload one of those with every one of the episodes of the Fallout TV show, I was expecting the TV show to be bi-weekly, not every week. So the second that happened, the second I realized that was, their upload schedule, it was kind of like, what's the opposite of sunk cost fallacy? No, I think it is just sunk cost, except there was no cost sinking. It's kind of like, every week I didn't post a Fallout video was, a week that, like, I got behind, right? So, like, I felt like I was behind, and by the time I was like, oh man, I should really get back into that and try to catch up, it had been like 4 weeks, and so it was like, I need to post 4 episodes of the Fallout Minecraft builds. So that's why I just didn't post any. Instead of posting 4, I went with none. Instead of posting even 1, I went with none. So I will definitely be continuing that series, though. Probably just not this second. So with these, you put the sticks in. Different fuel sources will give you different burn times. So, like, since that's coal, that'll actually finish first. The logs are the slowest. And so it is... Really? It's 3 p.m. already? Jeez. We need to get a move on. But yeah, so if you just use, like, firewood, it'll take 24 hours. If you use peat bricks, it'll only take 20 hours, I believe. But if you use coal or charcoal, that'll only take like 16 hours in-game, obviously. Oh, man, my inventory's a mess. You throw some of this junk out. Don't need vines right now. I have flint, so I don't need stones. I don't want these stupid bushes. The firewood I can stack up inside the house. Sticks I can keep on me to make tools. This I need to store. Same with this. Grass I can grab at any time. Firewood can just be placed. Clay needs to go in a storage vessel. Pull some of these seeds out. Put this in there. Alright, let's go and explore for a little bit. I know I marked some copper down on the map. Alright. Well, first things first, let's get these seeds out of my inventory. And let's get them planted. Let's get them planted today. Not all of them will grow. Because it's, you know, I don't think all of them will fully grow because the weather, like soybeans I know are a pretty warm climate crop. So I'm not sure if they will actually survive. But the game right now doesn't actually have, like, there's no point in not planting stuff because it doesn't punish you for crops failing. You just don't get the, like... Ooh, flax, 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 2. Yes, we can upgrade one of our backpacks. Let's go. Okay. Just gonna make a simple little... so that we can actually till the ground. And now let's get these seeds. So we've got 5 here. Yeah, so if they die, we'll still get the seeds back. It only costs us time, really. Which is something that they'll probably fix. I know there was some guy on the Vintage Story subreddit that had to apologize to everyone because he realized that crops were actually growing way too fast. And so he wrote to the devs about it and how it was breaking his immersion. It was so unrealistic and it didn't match what the game was saying with the math and stuff that was involved in crop growth speed. And so they fixed that in a patch. But of course, he had to apologize to the people for ruining their growth season with his realism. But that's why we play the game, so... well, one of the reasons. Man, this is gonna be... oh, it's low fertility. So you'll notice that this soil is low fertility. Had I noticed, I might have not done this. Because low fertility means it takes a lot longer for things to grow. Because the more nutrients the soil has, the faster the crops grow. So... ooh, it's getting dark already? Jeez. Maybe I will have to sleep and we'll have to go exploring tomorrow, I guess. We'll see what the rift activity looks like. Because if the rift activity is low or calm, the nighttime is actually not dangerous. Aside from the normal wildlife like bears and wolves and stuff. But you don't get drifters spawning if the rift activity is calm. Press C and check that. No, rift activity is low, not calm. So I will probably sleep. Plus, that'll speed up our pit kilns. Uh-oh. But that noise was the sound of a raccoon. Which means he might steal some of our crops. Because wild animals do actually eat the crops. They're just not very good at it, to be honest. Is that a trader? It is a trader. Let's go sleep at that guy's place, man. I'm not going to go back to my little hay bed. Let's see if this guy's got an actual setup over here. Okay. Let's definitely go over to this guy's place and see if we can sleep. hopefully he has a bed. They usually do, but not all of them do. Is this a... Okay, good, he has a bed. Hey, dude. I'm just gonna skip past most of this. Alright, he is a treasure hunter trader. Nice, nice. We don't really need gears right now. Though this would not be a bad purchase if I had anything to trade him. But let's see. It's 9 o'clock. Well, 8 o'clock. Hold on, is there a squirrel screwing things up on the balcony? Give me a second. The answer is yes, a squirrel knocked something over on my balcony. And I got a cup of coffee while I was up. Let's go ahead and sleep through the night. Let's not starve to death. And I hope we can build these. Shift H. No, it doesn't look like we can. You can crouch and press H on a block. Or, no, sprint. Hold down the shift or sprint key and press H, and that brings up the handbook on the block. Let's get just a little bit more stuff. And I will need more food here soon. Almost out of berries. Plus with these I can start doing some stews. Some vegetable stew. I'm actually going to mark these on the map because they will regrow. Ooh, and copper. This was going to be the other thing we were looking for today. So when you find these bits on the ground, mark them on your map and pick them up. We got 2 copper nuggets from that. And once we get a pickaxe, we'll come back and we'll actually dig up where that copper nugget was on the ground. And there should be a copper ore vein underneath it. Yeah, literally would have been better if we'd set our farm up just over there. Because this soil is not very good. Flax or spelt? I think we'll go with flax, thank you very much. Leave our seeds here. And probably leave our hoe here as well. That way they're not taking up inventory space in our with our meager storage. Alright. Yeah, see how this one's already done? That's because we used that coal for it, and not the regular old wood. So let us get a little cellar set up. Just put a storage container there. We'll throw some food in it. Throw mushrooms in there. For now. And block it off. And this gives us 5 storage slots. So let me empty 5 slots. I think we can destroy this and get, yeah, cattails back. Nice. Alright, now let's keep looking for that copper. And grab any food as well while we're at it. I believe... and there's puffball mushrooms everywhere. 'Tis the land of milk and honey. At least if you're a vegetarian. Didn't I mark copper on the map somewhere? Lead, oh, it's pretty far away. But I will go ahead and pin that so I can see it on my little mini-map up here. I keep seeing... oh, that's because this is actually quartz. Okay. There being a quartz vein under here is good to know. Because we can get... once we get enough metal, we can craft a lantern. And that is a never-ending light source, which is nice. Other never-ending light sources include torch holders and candles. Candles are a little harder to come by, but torch holders you can either craft out of 2 brass plates and you get 2 torch holders, or you can find them in those ruins, those basements that we explored last episode. That's where you find the torch holders. Places like that. And I'm stopping to look at these because I want to see if they have any useful materials, or if they're just sandstone. Because rocks are useful in the Stone Age to make tools with, but since I have half a stack of flint, I don't need to pick them up. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab enough cattails to make another chest, since we already have 11. Might as well. I think you need 20. You need 24, not 20. Because you need 8 times 3, and that's 24. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, alright. Ooh, fish. We can eat fish. I would grab those seeds right there, but I don't have enough space to really plant them anymore. Some quartz in the hill here. Now, quartz can spawn with silver and gold inside it, but silver and gold are really only useful for trading if you're on a server. A lot of servers use gold for currency as well as gears. Outside of that, gold is really only useful for black bronze. And we're not even in the Copper Age, so we don't need to worry about bronze. Wait, is this it? Oh, no, there's more. Really? Man. How much copper is on the surface is usually indicative of how big the ore vein is underground. So far we've only found 2 very small copper veins. So we may have to pay in for some more copper. Nuggets, because we need nuggets before we can mine it. Because in order to mine it, you need a pickaxe, and in order to get a pickaxe, you need copper. So, alright, that's 3 pieces. That's a bit better. How much do we have now? 12. We need 40. So, let's keep exploring. If we can't really find enough right now. Oh, borax. I should mark that down. Borax is useful late game, or I guess mid to late game. This is an ore, it's just flint. So you can break that with your fists and get flint out of it. Okay, since that's the copper that we've discovered so far, I think our next best bet is going to be panning, which is not very entertaining. So I'll probably have to do that throughout the night instead of sleeping. Yeah, this is what you'll spend your second day doing. Foraging for food, clay forming and firing those. Ideally you would do the clay forming and start the firing on the first day, but we always have time. Ooh. Goats. There's milk in them goats. And you can be lucky enough to have, find enough copper. Ooh, like this. Mark this down. Is this just another single piece? 2 pieces. Nice. 2's better than 1, but okay, here's a vein here. So I'm gonna mark this vein. I'm going to go up top to see if there's any copper nuggets I can scrounge. Because not every copper vein spawns nuggets, but all the nuggets are indicative of copper veins, It would have been just about here. And no, I don't see any nuggets. That's unfortunate. Ah, there is. This may all be the same vein, but I'm going to mark this up anyways, because the ore usually follows the surface, so like since it goes up and then really far down, then back up again, the copper vein could be one real big vein that goes over there, dips down, and goes back up, which will be a pain to mine, but we are getting a lot of nuggets, so it looks like it is a pretty big vein. More borax. Don't need that yet, but I will mark it on the map. Borax. Sounds like a Harry Potter character. Borax. 24, so we're halfway there. We need 40 nuggets because that's enough for two copper molds. 2 metal molds. Ooh, and resin to boot. Because resin we can use to make some primitive armor. We'll need some pelts first. But the resin is usually the harder part to get for that. And I'm not heading straight home to go panning, I'm just exploring around first. I've got home marked on the map so I know how to get back. But for every bit of copper we find on the surface is another bit we don't need to find while panning. So, more resin. This is just to help mark that, yes, this is a resin tree. Do not chop it down. Plus, it makes it easier to identify them from, like, a distance. I'm a little conflicted. Should I do these episodes based on progress? Or based on the, like, days? You know? Like, should I do these, like, about an episode a day, / day and a half, / I guess 2 days? Because we started this episode technically yesterday morning? Yeah, it's day 3, so day 2 was kind of in the middle of both episodes. So should I cut this one when it gets dark and do the panning and then come back next episode with copper and charcoal and things like that? Ooh, I should start a charcoal pit. That's what I should do. I should do that right now. Yep. Because you need charcoal to do any kind of smelting. Because regular old firewood... Ooh, meteoric iron? A meteor? This little thing is a meteor? I mean, I'll take it, but jeez. Or is it this? Oh, this, I guess maybe both? Well, that's a cave. Ah, 2 meteors right next to each other. That's cool. We can't mine it or do anything with it until we get into the Iron Age, because you can't even mine this stuff without having iron tools. Yeah, it requires tier 4 iron to break, see? But knowing where they are, so that when we eventually get there, we have like 12 of them stocked up on our map, ready to go. What's your name, trader? What do you have to trade? Humbert? Humbert will buy all of this stuff. Heavy leather gloves would be worth selling him if we were further along in the game. Quicklime would also be worth selling him. Did I not mark down the other trader? You know, one nice thing about traders is you can use their storage. Like, that's fine. It's free. The government doesn't want you to know this, but the trader storage is free. You can use it. Let's chop down some of these trees to get some more firewood, so that we can make some charcoal, baby! There's a big boy. You know what? I should probably make another axe, because that is definitely going to take more than one axe. I'll show you what I mean by that instead of explaining the mechanic. Because I think that would be more fun. So we have the axe we're using, plus this one, right? Oh, there we go. Yeah, see how it took the axe we had up here and used the rest of the durability to finish cutting down the tree. And now we have definitely got enough for some charcoal. Time to head home. I will pick up some gravel along the way, for with which to pan. And it's getting dark. Too dark to something. However that song goes. Alright, that's enough. Let's throw this stuff in here. In her. Let's put this her. Alright, let's open it. Cover it. 31 days. Yeah, look at this. They're going to last like a month. This is great. This is why you have cellars, storage. I'm going to move this sapling outside of my little hut I am also going to grab this dirt and make another axe. Because we are going to make some... we're going to make a charcoal thingy, a charcoal pit. But first, I'm going to cook me some victuals. Alright, let's get these a-cooking. Alright. Crap. This may have to be an above-ground charcoal pit. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to fill this with as much firewood as we can, pretty much. Now, in order for this to be a charcoal pit, we need to make sure it is sealed up, so there's no air getting in. And we also need to light it with a campfire. So we'll put some grass here, and we'll use some of our logs. Now it says charcoal pit unlit, so take this out of our offhand, light this campfire, and then it'll say charcoal pit lit. Seal it until... Make sure you seal it before that timer goes off, because then it'll just burn out. Hey, and look at that, our dinner's done. Now in order to eat it, we need a bowl, so we'll take a bowl out, and there we go. Since it's just mushrooms and cabbages, and nothing else, no variety or nothing, it's not going to be all that satiating. See? Yeah, like, it's only 150 saturation. So, but that's better than starving to death, which is what our plan would have been. So let's throw that and that in there for now. I'm going to spend this night panning for copper. So, hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. It's getting dark, too dark to see. What song is that? Is that Sweet Child of Mine? No. Mama, take this badge from me. I can't use it anymore. Whoa. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Oh man, what is the name of that song? I should know the name of that song. Go ahead and leave me a comment on the video and let me know what song that is. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And while you're at it, go ahead and check the description. Copy paste the description, post that in a second comment, then like both of your comments and go through and like every single comment everyone else has posted on the video.